Q&A to do. I hope you're doing fine. Cause it's Q&A time again. Hello world, how's it going? Hope you guys are all doing great. If not, as always, I hope it gets better for you. So, welcome to another Friday Night Live Q&A. Where we can talk about tropical fish keeping, whether it be fish, shrimp, plants, whatever has to go with freshwater aquariums. I did not check this chair out before I sat in it. I don't even know how to operate this thing. This is my girlfriend's chair. Oh well. But hello, hello, hello. You can see we're not in the garage today. We're actually down in the main fish room, the office area, which we have not been in this area for quite some time. In quite a while. So, hope everybody's doing great. Sorry I missed you guys last week. Last week was a heck of a week. And it was way worth it. So, last week, just quick recap before I jump into questions and everything. And hello, hello, all you awesome people in the chat. I see y'all. But, real quick recap. Last week, I ended up going up to Chicago to Aquascape Academy, which was absolutely awesome. Got to go up there to Aqualand where Greg Woodstock does all his pond magic up there. And he teaches people how to do them, how to do the business, everything else. So, if you guys ever wanted to get into something like that, which, I mean, there's lots of needs for contractors for that type of thing. Big reason why I even went up there was it's hard to find contractors for that. That and the information was good too, well worth it. And just even the inspiration and everything that guy oozes out was absolutely phenomenal. So was up there all week, and then flew down to Florida and put an offer on a house. So we currently have an offer on a house right now, and that really may be going down. So hopefully we can go live out in the jungle and breed some fish, which would be super awesome. So we're just now waiting on the acceptance, but that is pretty much recap of last week. And before that was shipping. Right after that was shipping. So been busy, 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 busy. But I've been getting a lot done in the fish room. Actually got the rainbow fish tank clean and scraped. Haven't done that for quite some time. Look at that. Isn't that absolutely beautiful? I don't even know why. Oh, there. That's a good picture. We'll just leave it like that. But all right, Josh B, if you're still in here, you asked, LRB, can you tell us about pH and KH? So pH is your physical hardness. KH is your kinetic hardness. So KH is going to be mostly your bicarbonates, like lime and whatever. And pH is actually going to be read off of per hydrogen. And as far as the pH goes, it really tells you how acidic or alkalytic your water is, and KH pretty much tells you how much bicarbonate levels you have within your aquarium. And then you got the GH, which is like calcium. I can't remember. It's your general hardness, but I can't remember what all it's made of right off the top of my head. At least not right now. But man, aren't those guys beautiful? I wish I could adjust the light saturation on these live streams. But let me know how the quality's coming out, because I haven't been down here for quite some time. What's up, Fishroom Fever? I'm actually loading up those clips for you right now, Fishroom Fever. Zeph Loves Cat says, yo, LRB, long time no see. I have a question. What's a heater you'd recommend for a 20-gallon long? Also curious about what thermometer do you use? Temp gun, maybe. Temp guns, like, in theory, they sound great, but really, it's hard to get a good reading off of them, especially over time. They're not as reliable over time. So when it comes, I like the actual just like stick-on stickers. that have like the color coded, just because it's nostalgic for me from my childhood, I guess. Or you can get like the floating thermometers, but those things always float away into the corner that you can't get to. So there's a few things you can use for a thermometer. But besides that, that's all I really use. And really, I just check the room. I'm trying to look around. I don't know where it is. I thought I had one in here, but I usually got a thermometer and a humidity gauge in most rooms, and that's enough to tell me if it's warm enough. But for a 20-gallon long, I would only recommend like a 50 to 100, nothing more than a 50 to 100 watt. Oh, Josh B, glad you're still in here. And you could hear. Doop doop doo. So what are decent plants that can survive warmer temps? I mean, how warm are you really talking? Most plants can survive really, really warm water. It's when they get cold and the roots get cold, that's when you have problems with plants. Usually warmth is not an issue. MSC Aquatics says glass ones with the suction cup. Yeah, that's one I was thinking what I usually use. The raccoons would always steal them out of my ponds and break them. Or they just float over into a corner. Josh B says, do you currently remineralize your RO water, or how do you change water, LRB? So, usually, it really depends. If I was like really going for plant growth, really wanted like everything more controlled, then I would do more RO water changes. I have really, really hard water here as our tap water, like super hard, 500 plus TDS, 8.6 plus pH, just off the chain. And I can actually mix that. What I'll often do is do like a 40% water change, 30% water change if I do one. Sometimes more or less, give or take the tank and what I'm doing. But for the most part, I do like a 33% RO and 66% tap within that 30 or 40%. So whatever is left, I consider that 100%, and then kind of third that out with 2/3 of the hard water, a third of the softer water. That way I get more of a neutral range within both my water types, that I don't even have to use remineralizer anymore. But if I were to just use the RO, say I had soft water, Nilo CG's got a good GH booster. Now, if I end up moving, this should actually be really fun for me. I should have different type of water that I'm going to be messing with. Like literally, there's a black water pond out by this house that we put the offer on. So it should be soft acidic water that I'm going to be dealing with. Then I'll have to learn more about that, which will be awesome. Which I know about it, but more or less on like maybe there's better ways to get hardness into water and stuff like that. More effective, efficient ways. I mean, I know you can use argonite and crushed coral and stuff like that, but you want something that'll dissolve fairly quick. Yeah, I got that agua. Good old mountain spring water. I love it. Actually been good on the pop for like a month or two, probably like 3 months now. The Backyard Bear says, Aquatic Bear says, what about grass glass shrimp? I mean, they're pretty cool. They're all over America. You can find them everywhere. A lot of people don't really keep them. Often they get mistook as the, what is it? The ghost shrimp. It's really hard to tell the differences in some of them. Where's Wesley? He's upstairs with Mom. Tyler Brown, you got skid? My bad, bro. I didn't see. I'm getting old. These eyes. But, let me just power scroll, see if I can speed read. Ah, there you are. Tyler Brown says, what do you use for aquarium lids and lighting for your plants? So, when it comes to aquarium lids, I really don't use much. I don't like aquarium lids. And if I do have jumpers, I like to use the egg grate. Now, if you have small fish that may get through that, there's all kinds of meshes they make, and you can make a custom top from that. But the big reason why I like to use those is the fact that you get oxygen exchange. When you put on those tight lids that like no humidity could get out or anything like that, there's no real oxygen exchange, which I think is important for the environment, for the plants and everything. I don't know if I could get away with my no filter natural method without open air. If I were to close it up, I don't think I could get away with the whole no filter thing, the no air line. I think that's a big key, big reason why I could get away with keeping the tanks like I do. Besides that, there's real no magic to it. Just let the air of Mother Nature into it. And I worry that's what happened to my hill trouts when I put them in the 215. Which was super sad. And sorry if I'm missing anybody else's questions. I do my best here. Slow night too. 85 awesome people in here. Well, I'm glad you guys are ride or die. Josh B says, also, we got to ask, what's your NFL team? You seem like a Bears fan. Well, believe it or not, see, I actually used to play football, baseball, basketball, track, all that stuff when I was in high school and school, whatever. And I was big into it, but older I got, the less I got into it. Now I don't really. I mean, I guess if I had to root for a team, it's because I'm in Indianapolis, and I don't know. I don't really get into football or sports anymore. Can't keep up with it. I'm into this stuff too much. Thomas George says, losing about 3 guppies a week, 75, 80 degrees, GH 180, KH 120, so that's sitting you about 300. Says pH 7.2, NO2 0, NO3, nitrates 30. Treated with aquarium salt at 1 tablespoon, 5 gallon, no signs of stress, still eating. If anything, maybe lethargic, recommend any meds. So, careful, careful, careful. And slow down. Do you have any plants in this aquarium? That should help your nitrate levels. As far as your water parameters, seem like they're doing pretty good. Watch their waste, just in case if you start seeing white poop or something. Could be something internal. But as far as the water, you're pretty good. I wouldn't worry about that too much. The salt's not going to do anything negative. And it should actually help them, even if it is something internal. 3 guppies a week. I don't know how many you have in there. And without really examining the fish, like for enlargements or like issues with scales or fins, females having issues with birthing just from not being comfortable enough. Are they swimming around naturally, or are they just grazing? Because naturally, if a guppy is happy, they graze around. They're not off hiding somewhere or darting back and forth to get away. A comfortability with a fish can go a long, long, long way with their immunities and how they feel in an aquarium. And then sometimes, even if you had some guppies, let's say you had a tank of guppies, then you mixed a tank of guppies together. Like I said, I don't know how many you got going on in there, but sometimes when you mix colonies from other colonies, you can get battles like that to where you could start losing a few guppies a week just because that colony is not getting along with the new colony that may have been put in there. And thank you everybody for the awesome words of encouragement and shout out on the tanks. How much it would take for you to put your tongue in the tank behind you? I don't know if money motivates me like that, brother. Pretty funny though. Emily O says, "Hello, I'm worried about one of my little guppy antler females. She's skinny and her gills are very pink. In shipping, they were all bagged together for 5 days in transit. The other two are fine. So if she's skinny and her gills are very pink, the pink could be from ammonia from the bag, and skinny possibly just from the long ride. And if the males and females are together, sometimes I can add a lot of stress to them. I want to worry about her too much. I mean, granted, they're already all together. If you start seeing issues with the other fish, the best thing to do is make sure they're in a nice mature tank, nice and cycled. That way their skin and Aquarium has that biofilm to help coat that skin for any ammonia burns or anything like that. Watch her gills. Hopefully they'll start lightening up. If she does end up passing away, sometimes things like that do happen. Just watch the other fish. Now, if you start seeing other problems within those fish, then you want to start looking at things like maybe gill flukes being a cause. Because then it wouldn't just be the ammonia. Yes, very relaxed, Canadian Aquatics. How can I not be with all these aquariums around me? Plus, it's Friday. And this is I haven't really got much time, like, honestly, since the last couple of Fridays since I've been on here. It's just been go, go, go. Which has been awesome. But now, finally, I have nothing scheduled for like the next, I don't know, couple months, which is huge for me. Because usually it's every other weekend that I have to go somewhere for a talk or something. And now that I have like this organized fish room, it's going to be huge on getting things done around here. I'm going to offer somebody the opportunity of